She texted, "I wrecked the Benz, I was drunk, come pick me up and tell the cops you were driving." I replied, "On my way." Then I texted her father the location, the crash details, and a link to the dashcam footage. The next call I got was from her lawyer. "I, 34 male, am a luthier. I restore stringed instruments. It's quiet, meticulous work. It requires patience and a very steady hand. I guess that's why I was able to put up with my fiancée Bianca, 29, for so long." We were supposed to be married in 4 months. Her father, Arthur, is one of those men who owns half the city and thinks modesty is a brand of boat. He's a lot. Bianca's his perfect image daughter, and I apparently was the stable, artistic, grounded guy who looked good on her arm. Our living situation: I rent a townhouse with a ground floor workshop. It's my dream space. My name is on the lease. Bianca moved in 18 months ago. The car, a brand new Mercedes C-Class coupe. A congratulations on the engagement gift to her from Arthur. But Arthur is cheap where it doesn't show. He found out my auto insurance policy, thanks to my spotless record, was almost 60% cheaper than what he could get for her. "Alex, my boy," he said, "let's put her on your policy. It's just a formality. I'll have my girl send you the check for the premium." Like an idiot, I agreed. The check was always late, if it came at all. Because I was now financially tied to her driving habits, I insisted on one thing: a high-end dashcam, one that uploads to the cloud. Bianca threw a fit. "It's ugly, Alex. It ruins the aesthetic. It's like you don't trust me." "I don't trust other drivers, B. It's for insurance. Non-negotiable." She eventually agreed, pouting the whole time. This all leads to last night, 3:14 a.m. My phone lights up. "Bianca, Alex, I messed up. Bad." My heart jumped. I was half asleep. Before I could type, the follow-up came. "Bianca, I wrecked the Benz. I was drunk. Hit a parked car or something. Nobody saw. I'm on road name about a mile from the house. Come pick me up and tell the cops you were driving. Now. Just say I was upset and you came to get me and you hit the car." I read that text 3 times. Tell the cops you were driving. She wasn't asking for help. She wasn't scared for her safety. She was ordering me to take a DUI, a hit and run, and a felony charge. To sacrifice my entire life, my career, my clean record so she wouldn't have to deal with the consequences of her actions. All the little entitlements, the daddy will handle it moments, the casual way she'd forget her wallet. It all coalesced into this one sociopathic demand. My hands were shaking, but not from fear. It was cold. I looked around my bedroom, at her designer clothes thrown over the chair. Then I thought about my workshop downstairs. About the 1920s Italian cello I'm restoring, my life's work, a project worth over $50,000. All of it gone for a woman who would trade my life for her convenience. I took a deep breath. My hands became steady. I am a meticulous man, after all. My first action, I replied. "Me, on my way." My second action, I opened the dashcam app on my phone. The 3:14 a.m. alert was already there. Impact detected. I tapped it. The cloud footage began to stream. Her leaving the girls' night bar, the slurred singing, the swerving, the crunch as she sideswiped a brand new Escalade, ripping the mirror off and caving in the door. I watched her pull over, get out, look at the damage on the Benz, and then just drive off. A clear as day hit and run, and she was drunk. It was all there. I downloaded the file directly to my phone. My third action, I composed a new text message to Arthur. "Me, Arthur. Bianca has been in an accident at intersection pin drop. She is intoxicated. She has asked me to commit a felony by claiming I was driving. I have declined. She needs your help. Here's the dashcam footage from the incident." I attached the video file. I hit send. My fourth action, I called my insurance company's 24-hour hotline. "Hello," I said, my voice perfectly level. "I need to report an incident. My fiancée Bianca, who is a listed driver on my policy, has just been in an at-fault hit-and-run accident in the 2023 Mercedes C-Class. License plate number. I am not at the scene. I have definitive dashcam footage showing she was the sole occupant and was intoxicated. I am sending the file to my claims agent right now." My fifth action, I called my lawyer, a sharp guy who handled my workshop lease. It was 3:30 a.m. I left a very detailed voicemail. "Greg, it's Alex. I'm in serious trouble. My fiancée just..." I laid it all out. "I'm anticipating significant legal blowback from her father, Arthur. I need you. Call me as soon as you get this." I did not go pick her up. I sat in the dark. My phone buzzed with texts from Bianca. Where are you? Alex, it's cold, get here now. My dad just called me screaming. What did you do? Alex, you bastard, what did you do? Then, silence. Daddy must have picked her up. My phone rang at 4:02 a.m., an unknown number. I let it ring. It rang again, immediately. I answered. Alex? The voice was smooth, cold, and expensive. This is Alex, I said. This is Julian Croft. I represent the Arthur's last name family. We need to discuss your cooperation. Not her. Not her father's lawyer. At 4 a.m., this is the part where I knew my life was about to become a living hell, or I was about to save it. Update 1. It's been 2 weeks. I'm not sure I've slept more than 3 hours straight. The adrenaline is gone, replaced by this grim, shaky determination. So the call with Julian Croft, the family lawyer. Alex, he said, his voice slick with fake sympathy. Mr. Arthur is handling the situation with Bianca. She's just a young, panicked woman. There's been a terrible misunderstanding. Was it a misunderstanding that she asked me to take a felony for her? I asked. She was drunk, Alex, hysterical. People say silly things. Now this dashcam footage you've distributed, that's a complication. It's a private family matter. It's an insurance matter, Julian. An illegal one. I sent it to my insurance company to prove I wasn't driving. That was hasty, he said, the silkiness dropping a few degrees. You're the primary on that policy, Alex. You're liable. This could get very, very expensive for you. It would be best for everyone if that footage was just retracted, if you told the insurance company you misidentified the driver. Arthur is very generous to people who are loyal. There it was. The bribe. The threat. Loyalty? She asked me to go to prison. I'm loyal to not being in prison. My lawyer will be in touch. I hung up. The fallout was immediate. My insurance company, upon receiving the video, was efficient. They sent an agent out, got my formal statement, and immediately began the process of dropping my policy. I have 30 days. They also informed me the owner of the Escalade she hit had already filed a massive claim. They would be handling it, but they were very interested in the fact that Arthur owned the vehicle, not me. But the real drama? Bianca. She showed up 2 days after the crash. Arthur's driver dropped her off. She still had a key. I was in my workshop trying to tune a violin, but my hands were shaking too much. I heard the front door slam. Alex. I walked up the stairs. She was standing in the living room, her face pale and puffy with rage. You betrayed me, she screamed. You asked me to go to jail, Bianca. It wouldn't have been jail, she shrieked, and this is the part I'll never forget. Daddy would have fixed it. He would have gotten me the best lawyer. You just had to be the supportive fiancé for once. You just had to show up and be a man. I just stared at her. Be a man? By committing a crime for you? You ruined everything. She was sobbing now, but they were angry tears. You sent that video to my father. You called the insurance. The police came to the house. My dad had to handle them. It was so embarrassing. They impounded the car. The Benz is gone, and that guy, the Escalade guy, he's suing. He's suing me, Bianca, as the policyholder. Well, you should have just done what I asked, she yelled. The complete, total, galactic level lack of self-awareness. It was breathtaking. Your things are in boxes, I said, pointing to the hallway where I'd stacked them. You need to leave. Her face went from red to white. What? Leave? Alex, don't be dramatic. We're getting married in 4 months. You're punishing me because you're mad. Okay, I'm sorry. I said it. Are you happy? I'm not. I'm done. Get your things. No, she crossed her arms. I live here. You can't just kick me out. I'm not going anywhere. Your name isn't on the lease. You're a guest, and you're no longer welcome. Her eyes narrowed, and then she smiled, a slow, cold smile. Fine, she said. I'll go, but I'm taking my engagement gift. She turned and walked not toward her boxes, but toward the stairs to my workshop. My blood turned to ice. Bianca? Stop. What? She said, feigning innocence. You gave it to me when you proposed. It's mine. She wasn't talking about the ring. She was talking about the cello. The lie. When I proposed, I was working on the 1920s Italian cello. It was my passion project. She'd always been jealous of the time I spent on it. One day, I joked, when this is done, it'll sing for us at our wedding. She was now twisting that. You promised it to me, Alex. It's our future. I'm taking it. You can have it back when you stop being a psycho and fix what you broke. She was going to hold my life's work hostage. I stepped in front of the stairs. That cello is worth more than the Benz, Bianca. It is not yours. It has never been yours. I have the certificate of authenticity and the bill of sale in my name, dated 3 years before I even met you. You walk down those stairs, you try to take it, and I will call the police right now and have you arrested for grand theft. You wouldn't, she sneered. You asked me to take a DUI for you. You tried to ruin my life. You have no idea what I would do to protect my work. We stared at each other. Her, calculating. Me, completely, utterly empty of any feeling for her. She must have seen it. The calculation failed. You're a monster? She whispered. Get your boxes. She grabbed her things, all 14 boxes and suitcases, dragging them out the front door while screaming into her phone for her driver. The last thing she said to me was, "You'll regret this. My father will ruin you. He will end you. You have no idea what you've done." She left. I locked the deadbolt, and then I had to sit on the floor because my legs gave out. The ruin started this morning. I got a call from Greg, my lawyer. "Okay, Alex," he said, "the fight is on. Arthur's team is here. First, the good news. The insurance company is subrogating the claim. They're going after Arthur personally as the owner of the vehicle, since their driver, Bianca, was engaged in criminal activity. You're still on the hook for the deductible, but the big claim is their problem." "That's great," I said, relieved. "Now the bad news. Arthur's lawyer, Croft, is countersuing you." "For what?" "Emotional distress, defamation, and, get this, breach of fiduciary duty as a domestic partner." "What does that even mean?" "It means they're going to argue that you, as her fiancé, had a duty to protect her, and by sending that dashcam footage to her father and the insurance, you defamed her and caused irreparable harm to her reputation." Her reputation? She did a hit and run." "They're not arguing the facts, Alex. They're arguing your loyalty. They're going to try and bury you in legal fees. They're going to make this so expensive you'll have to declare bankruptcy. This is a war of attrition. Arthur is trying to break you." So, that's where I am. Getting sued by my ex-fiancé's billionaire father for not covering up her felony. I'm scared. This is out of my league. But what else could I have done? Final update. It's been 4 months. 4 months of hell. 4 months of legal bills that made me physically ill. 4 months of sleeping in my workshop because I was too anxious to be upstairs. But it's over. The lawsuit was a nightmare. Arthur's legal team, led by Julian Croft, was exactly as advertised. They buried me in paperwork. They filed motion after motion. They deposed me for 9 hours, trying to paint me as a controlling, abusive partner. "Mr. Alex, last name," Croft said. "Isn't it true you forced Bianca to be on your insurance?" "No, Arthur requested it to save money." "Isn't it true you installed that dash cam not for safety but to monitor her?" "No, it was a condition of her being on my policy." "So you did force her. You created a hostile environment. My client was terrified of you. She was scared to come home that night, wasn't she? Isn't that why she drank? Because she was so afraid of your reaction?" It was insane. They were trying to argue that I was responsible for her DUI. My lawyer Greg was a bulldog. He countered everything. But it was costing me a fortune. Arthur's plan was working. He was bleeding me dry. Meanwhile, the other parts of the plan were in motion. The Escalade owner, his civil suit against me, as the policyholder, was moving forward. The cops. This is where it got interesting. The police, who had let Bianca go that night after her dad handled them, were suddenly under pressure. The Escalade owner's lawyer was good, and he was raising hell about the special treatment the driver received. The local DA, who was not in Arthur's pocket and was facing an election, saw an easy, high-profile win. They formally charged Bianca. DUI, hit and run, reckless endangerment. The video was undeniable. This is when the entitlement, the sheer audacity, hit its peak. I got a call. "Julian Croft." "Alex," he said, "no more slickness, just cold anger. This has gone too far. The DA is pressing charges. This is your fault. You could have made this all go away." "I didn't drive drunk, Julian. Listen to me, and listen closely. Arthur is prepared to make a final, generous offer. This all goes away. You go to the DA and the insurance company. You tell them you reviewed the dashcam footage again. You tell them you were mistaken. It was dark, you were tired, you're not sure who was driving. You say the footage is corrupted or unreliable. I couldn't believe it. You want me to commit perjury and obstruction of justice." "I want you to be practical," he hissed. In exchange, Arthur will pay the Escalade owner in full. He will pay your legal bills, and he will deposit $100,000 into an account of your choosing for your trouble, your workshop, your cello. It all stays safe. I looked around my workshop. At the cello, safe in its cradle, he was threatening my work, my life. So commit multiple felonies, ruin my own credibility, and let her walk free for $100,000. It's the best deal you'll ever get, Alex. You have 24 hours, or we proceed with the lawsuit, and I will strip you of everything you own, starting with that oversized violin in your basement. I'll think about it, I said. You do that, he said. Click. I sat there, my heart hammering. He called me on my cell. My personal cell. I took a deep breath. I am a meticulous man. I called Greg. Greg, I said, you're not going to believe this, but I think Mr. Croft just committed a crime. And my phone? It's set to record all my calls. Has been for 2 weeks. The next 48 hours were a blur. Greg got the call recording. He immediately filed it with the judge in the civil case, along with a motion for sanctions and to have Croft's entire firm dismissed for gross misconduct. He also sent a copy to the district attorney's office. The DA, who was already building a case against Bianca, now had a witness tampering and bribery charge to level at her lawyer. The entire Ruin Alex campaign didn't just stop, it imploded. The resolution, the practical, satisfying part. Julian Croft is facing a state bar investigation that will likely see him disbarred. Arthur fired him immediately to distance himself. The bribery charge is pending. The lawsuit against me, with their primary lawyer disgraced and the recording filed in court, Arthur's new legal team, a much more humble local firm, immediately dropped the countersuit. The emotional distress claim vanished. The Escalade owner's suit. My insurance company, who was still technically on the hook for the claim, settled with the Escalade owner. They then turned around and, using the undeniable video and the witness tampering evidence, filed a massive subrogation suit against Arthur, as the car's owner, and Bianca, as the driver, to reclaim every cent. They will win. Bianca's criminal case. This was the finale. With the video, her daddy's girl, defense was useless. The DA, furious about the bribery attempt, refused any sweetheart plea deal. Bianca had to plead guilty to the DUI and the hit and run. The sentence. This is real life, so she didn't get 10 years in prison. But she got 18 months of probation, a $10,000 fine, 200 hours of actual community service, highway cleanup, a 1-year mandatory license suspension, and she has to attend a victim impact panel. For a person of her status, this is social and professional annihilation. Her reputation is cooked. The cello. Their attempt to claim the cello as an engagement gift was laughed out of court. Greg provided the bill of sale and authentication, and the judge dismissed their motion with prejudice. My life isn't perfect. I'm still paying Greg. He gave me a discount after the recording, but he's not cheap. I had to find a new, insanely expensive insurance policy. I'm selling the engagement ring I bought to cover the last of the legal fees. I still have moments of vulnerability. I'm sad sometimes. I was building a life with this person, and she was willing to burn me alive to stay warm. That's a hard pill to swallow. I feel stupid for not seeing it. But then I walk downstairs into my workshop. The cello is safe. I pick up my tools. The work is quiet. It's meticulous. It requires a steady hand. And my hand is finally steady again. I heard Bianca's mom has to drive her to her highway cleanup sessions. That thought isn't revenge. It's just consequences. It's just gravity.